Donald Trump bragged about going into teenage girls' locker rooms. I
Well,
know you
why is
talked
he not
about,
in jail?
I'm trying to finish here. Just because he's not in jail doesn't mean he didn't do some horrible
Well,
things.
If this story was true, Donald Trump should be in jail. He's admitting a crime on tape. The problem is this was said on the Howard Stern show, and it's common knowledge that Howard Stern's guests would embellish stories or just flat out make things up so that they could help sell a sexy product to Howard Stern's audience. I don't know how you could sell yourself as having integrity if you're constantly saying that Donald Trump is a liar and he lies about everything, except for when he's on the Howard Stern show telling an absurd story because it frames him as a criminal and that meets your agenda. The guy on the right is pretend independent but actual hardcore leftist Brian Shapiro. He himself used to have a radio show that was schlocky, not unlike Howard Stern's, and now he's become this political pundit / leftist debater, and he's been going viral lately because of his increasingly unhinged, tedious rants about Donald Trump. I'm not sure if he has actual followers who look up to him in any moral way. I think that everybody likes to watch Brian because he's the eternal car crash that we can't look away from. I'm Josh, and this is the No Cap Bri-Shap Show.
You're innocent until proven guilty in the court of law.
Oh.
So he's innocent of any
is it the
criminal
Biden crime
act,
family?
not unless you want to get sued. He's innocent of any criminal act.
He's a 34-count felon. He's a 34-count felon. You do our.
I'm saying
website,
of
right,
rape.
Brad?
You saying the accusations of rape? I'm saying he's innocent of those things until proven guilty in the court of law.
Was he been proven that he's a 34-count felon?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you have no problem voting for a 34-count felon who goes.
What was his felonies for?
Teenage girls. Hold on a second.
What is his felonies for?
Hold on 1 second.
You can't even say it.
Hold on 1 second. I'll get to that.
Okay.
Donald Trump admitted to going into teenage girls' locker rooms, beauty pageant locker rooms, without their permission.
Well, Brian Shapiro's lying right here because Trump never said locker rooms. He just said he went behind the curtain and saw people undressing. I think that was kind of embellished for the Howard Stern show. If you've ever been in a high school play and you're under pressure, sometimes you're changing out of wigs or accessories right behind the curtain. You're not in the locker room. Everybody's professional. Nobody cares. Donald Trump owned the beauty pageant. If you think that he didn't call ahead warning everybody that he was coming and the managers didn't scramble going to everybody saying, hey, the owner of the beauty pageant is coming. I want everybody on their best behavior. Beyond that, people came forward and said Donald Trump was nothing but professional. They refuted any claims otherwise. Brian just hates Donald Trump.
Bragged about it sexually on the Howard Stern show. Do you care about that at all? Trump admitted it on the Howard Stern show.
Later, Brian states that Donald Trump is a constant liar and you can't believe anything that he says.
I have never heard Trump say that, so I can't really verify. I'm just going off of your word. I've never heard Donald Trump say anything like that.
Convenient.
I never heard Donald Trump admit to a crime on Howard Stern and not get prosecuted for it.
It's because he didn't.
You're telling me he admitted this on Howard Stern's show and nobody did an investigation into Trump?
I'm not telling you it did happen because he admitted it.
I've never seen it, so I can't verify what you're saying.
Well, I mean,
what I'm saying is that is not in the wheelhouse of things that I consider when it comes to Donald Trump. Donald Trump has been nothing but good for this country. He may have had things he's done in the past just like everybody else.
Was January 6th good for the country?
Whataboutism is a pillar of Brian Shapiro's debate style, even though he condemns any of his guests that engage in whataboutism. Whataboutism isn't always bad as long as it's relevant and highlights the hypocrisy of your opponent.
In my opinion, Donald Trump didn't have anything directly to do with what
Donald Trump didn't say. If Donald Trump didn't say that the election was stolen and he conceded, does January 6th happen? Yes or no?
Well, let's put it this way.
Yes or no?
I don't know what would have happened, but Donald Trump told them. What? Donald Trump told them not to be violent.
Wait, hold on. So
did Donald Trump tell them not to be violent?
If
Donald Trump tell them not to be violent, tons of people were upset about the results of the election.
Who cares? The Earth's not flat. There's people that think the Earth is flat. Doesn't mean they're right.
What I'm saying is that that alone could have caused people to have an uproar outside of Trump's
control. Donald Trump, after the election, said that it was stolen.
Did he say to not be violent?
You don't have to say.
No. Did he say to not be violent?
He said go. He did not say go in there and beat up police officers.
He never told them to go in the Capitol. He said go and let your voice be heard peacefully.
Which is totally true. And since the dawn of time, if you tell somebody one thing and they end up doing another thing, nobody's ever held liable for that, except for this instance with Brian Shapiro.
If Donald Trump conceded, which every other president in history has done, you're telling me you still think January 6th would have happened? Brandon, that's ridiculous.
Am I supposed to be a fortune teller? You're asking me to give a hypothetical.
They did that.
I don't know. I believe that the election was stolen regardless of what Donald Trump said.
And
he
what
didn't have to say it. I thought it was stolen.
And what evidence has been proven in a court of law, Brandon, that happened?
We have seen whether it's proven in the court of law, because they believe he didn't have enough evidence there to have standing.
The reason why every single judge rejected this idea based on standing alone is for moments like these, so that these bad faith pundits can say they threw it out of every single court, and they think that immediately invalidates any opinion that follows.
So when it comes to Donald Trump and rape allegations and all that, you're like, it's got to be proven in a court of law. I don't believe he ever raped somebody.
It's not just proven in the court of law, brother. It's not just proven in the court of law from Donald Trump. There has to be some level of evidence.
And where's the evidence?
There is no criminal evidence.
And where's the level of evidence that the 2020 election was stolen?
No. If you're going to say this, then you got to shut your mouth about everything you claim Trump did, because it was not brought to the court of law. Are you willing to do that?
That's an excellent point that Bad Faith Brian will never contend with. Anybody that makes a claim against the left, Brian will always revert to, well, nobody got arrested for it, nobody got charged for it, therefore it's irrelevant. But every single time he'll bring up the Epstein files with Trump, he'll bring up all of these crazy allegations that have never been brought to court with Trump, and he will sit there and try to convince you that these are all facts.
First of all, he was found liable for sexual abuse.
That's not criminal.
Okay, whether it's criminal or not, Brandon, he's a bad guy, and he's treated women.
That's your opinion.
Okay, so you think bragging about sexual assault doesn't make somebody
Where
a bad
is he bragging about sexual assault? I've never seen a clip in bragging about sexual assault.
Grabbing women by the genitals.
Trump never bragged about that, nor did he claim that he did that. He was saying that when you're a super rich celebrity, people will throw themselves at you. It was just an example of the lengths people will go to try to impress you when you're of high status or you have a ton of money.
He raw dogged a porn star right when Melania had Barron. Are you defending that behavior as well?
I wasn't there. How do you know that happened?
Oh, you're right. It didn't happen. I'm sure he just paid her.
Did he admit that it happened? Did he say it happened?
I believe everything Donald Trump says, just like you. I'm sure.
Brian, you certainly believe the story he told on Howard Stern.
I'm a former cop. When somebody says this, another person says this, is it proven or not? She said he did it. He said he didn't. Where's the proof at?
Okay, so let's believe Donald Trump then. He's not a habitual liar.
Do you really think that, Brian? Is he a habitual liar or not?
You don't have to believe him, but you can't make a declaratory statement to say that he did something and you don't have no evidence.
Right, but yet the 2020 election was stolen, Brandon.
That's my belief. I can't.
Okay. Well, guess what? It's my belief. It's my belief.
I'm making an opinion.
Rapist. That's my belief. Yeah, that's my belief. But it doesn't matter whether he went into teenage locker rooms. It doesn't matter the way he's treated women his whole life. None of that stuff matters to you, just policy, right? You don't call out Donald Trump for anything.
I call Donald Trump out on things that I know that are true about him, and I call him out on them.
Like what?
I don't know if any of those things are true. There's also been, like, the 34 felonies was a bunch of hill of beans. Nobody in the history of this country has ever been charged for the things they charged them with. Well, it was a bunch of hill of beans. That's why they never put him in jail.
You haven't heard about certain things that I brought up. When it comes to Donald Trump being convicted in a court of law, you call it a kangaroo court. You don't believe
but you can say convicted or not. I just say I thought it was illegitimate, but you can say he's convicted. So what?
It's illegitimate, but how many times have you talked about the Biden crime family and Hunter Biden?
Whataboutism?
Right. But
Hunter Biden is clearly doing nefarious things. He got it on record. So was Joe Biden.
What did Joe Biden do?
Well, Joe Biden has top secret information in his house that was not secured.
And he cooperated.
And the only reason that they didn't prosecute him because they said that he was not mentally there enough to testify in court. And that's the only reason why he didn't get prosecuted.
That's not 100% true. He cooperated with the FBI. Donald Trump defied a subpoena for a year, but you seem to be forgetting some actual facts here. Donald Trump defied a subpoena for a year.
Why is he not in jail?
He's the president of the United States.
No, he wasn't president when they found this out. He wasn't the president.
When was he supposed to be sentenced, Brandon?
Before the election. Before the election.
Okay, so I think you have your dates messed up a little bit, Brandon, but that's okay. It's cool.
That's true, and Brian knows it. The date was set before Trump became president, but they kept delaying it. I can't even remember how many times. 4, 5, 6. I lost count.
You struggle to criticize Donald Trump repeatedly.
What do you want me to criticize him about? Factual things that I disagree with Donald Trump doing, I will criticize him on.
How can you criticize factual things when you sit before me right now and claim that Donald Trump won the 2020 election?
Whataboutism?
Brandon, with all due respect, you cannot spell the word
say what you want to say. The Democrats said that Donald Trump rigged the election in 2016.
Who
you
said
remember that?
They
did it for 3 years. They did an investigation into Donald Trump.
Who said that?
I said, no. They did an investigation into Donald Trump. They said that the Russians colluded with Donald Trump to steal the election.
Who said that it was rigged? Who? Name me one prominent Democrat that said the 2016 election.
Hillary Clinton.
No, she didn't.
Hillary Clinton.
You're a liar. No,
she said it's an illegitimate election.
No, she didn't. She called him illegitimate.
She said that he's an illegitimate president.
Right, correct. She didn't say that the election was illegitimate.
It's disgusting. Bad Faith Brian using semantics games to try to prove his point. What do you think it means when you say the president is illegitimate? Didn't we have an entire investigation for 3 years led by Robert Mueller to say that the Kremlin interfered with the election and influenced a win for Donald Trump? What do all those words mean? that the election was stolen. You're a joke, Shapiro.
So now all of a sudden you care about election denialism, but yet you have no problem.
I don't care. She can say what she want to say. I don't have a problem with Hillary saying that. They did an investigation. She was wrong. Now, Donald Trump, he hadn't had a chance to go to be litigated. You can argue what you want. He's the president now.
Anything I give you facts, you say it doesn't matter, and you just brush it off to the side.
You voted for a man that has the lowest approval rating out of any president in history, and was a terrible president.
What do you? Okay,
he was the terrible president. He literally had dementia.
Are you a
could
doctor?
Not function and run the government.
Are you a doctor?
Oh my God, dude. So disingenuous. Did you see that presidential debate, Shapiro, when Joe Biden couldn't even string 3 sentences together? Everybody saw it. Even news anchors are now admitting that they were more or less hiding that Joe's mental health was in decline. But I hope you're getting a pretty good idea of everything that I'm talking about. This interview gets so much worse. This is just part 1. I hope you guys stay tuned and watch part 2. Again, I'm Josh, and this was the No Cap Bri-Shap Show.